Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today we're going to be taking a deep dive yet again into Ripple and XRP. And really, we're going to be uncovering some thoughts and statements all the way back from 2013 and even 1996. Make sure you watch this video all the way through so you don't miss out on anything important, and there's a lot of stuff to cover here. I might have to split it up in two parts, but we will see. Now, before we get into it, we are still busy with a 50 XRP giveaway, and all you have to do to enter is make sure you press the like button, make sure you are subscribed, and make sure you comment something down below. If we hit 500 likes within 24 hours, we're giving it away. All right, with every video we do that. Now, to start it off here, something pretty damn important. I asked you guys in a video earlier today, does anybody have a source on this XRP conspiracy / news that I have apparently never received? This could seriously alter my view on XRP, but I think it's a lie / false conclusion. Let me know what you guys have though. Because, I mean, I do want to update myself, right? I don't want to just say it's incorrect and then move on. No, I want to know, where did you get this from? Is it really true? Is it something I missed? Is it something, what is going on there? So with that thought, I asked it over on Twitter. And luckily for me, a couple of you guys responded with some pretty damn interesting answers. So let's quickly get into that. XRP, a world currency, is wacky? That's what somebody replied to me. You might want to tell Chris Larson and Greg Kidd how wacky you think they are, because they both said being a world reserve currency was the ultimate goal for XRP. The digital asset investor on YouTube and other content creators, I don't remember who. So, I of course wanted to dive into it. XRP Dude said, Brad Garlinghouse states once that the main goal of XRP was to be as a global reserve currency. I don't know if that vision changed. Ask David. And then King responded here with a article on Ripple Insights from 2017, which says, Ripple consensus ledger can sustain 1,000 transactions per second, with some words. Well, I have grabbed that article from 2017 it was, and the thing is, there are two of them. All right, so there's literally two articles that have the same name. Ripple Consensus Ledger, I'm going to turn that off real quick. Ripple Consensus Ledger can sustain 1,000 transactions per second. This one is written by Warren Anderson. And as you could see from the screenshot here, there's another one written by Miguel Villas, I think that's how you pronounce that, which literally has the same text, and they're both on the Ripple Insights page, published exactly after each other. Now, I have so many things open here that I don't know exactly where I left it off, or if I even... Oh, here we go. Here's from Miguel Villas. Let me put this in the front so we can compare. Here is that one from Warren Anderson. So it's literally the same thing, but this one has no picture, which kind of shows me that this one might be a sort of a archived post, because he might have not wanted to put this out. It might have, had to be posted by Miguel in his name, but he just kind of made the post for him to copy, which is kind of what I fetched. However, the stuff in there is completely the same, and so the conclusion really stays the same as well. And the interesting part is all the way at the bottom. With 2017 now well underway, we remain hard at work, focused on adding exciting new features to the RLC and further improving the performance, stability, and quality of the Rippled open source codebase. Most importantly, though, we remain more committed than ever to the simple goal of making XRP the world's reserve digital currency. Written here by Warren Anderson, and also written exactly the same way by Miguel Villas, which is a little bit more known than Warren. So Warren, I actually wanted to dig into it a little bit. I didn't really know what type of position he had at Ripple, because I don't really talk about him too often. So when I checked his LinkedIn, I saw he is the head of developer relations. However, he's only been that for about 10 months, and this article was written in 2017. So I went over to Twitter to ask, what's going on right there. Then, however, I decided to look up a little bit further, and I noticed he used to be the Ripple product manager in 2016, which does make a lot more sense if he has some knowledge over their products and what they are planning to do. And literally, I have so many articles open here that also explain, again, what this whole Ripple is going for. I mean, we all know they're going for the internet of value, again, to kind of create a world in which payments flow as easy as information does. That's basically the vision. Let's see here. Our vision is for value to be exchanged as quickly as information. Although information moves around the world instantly, a single payment from one country to another is slow, expensive, and unreliable. In the US, a typical international payment takes 3 to 5 days to settle and has an error rate of at least 5% and an average cost of $42. Worldwide, there are $180 trillion worth of cross-border payments made each year, with a combined cost of more than $1.7 trillion a year. So basically here, from this point, Ripple is trying to change a $180 trillion sector, right? If you think about that for a split second, which is pretty damn crazy. With the internet of value, a value transaction such as a foreign currency payment can happen instantly, just as how people have been sharing words, images, and videos online for decades. And it's not just money. The internet of value will enable the exchange of any asset that is of value to someone, including stocks, votes, which is a very important one to note, frequent flyer points, securities, intellectual property, music, scientific discoveries, and more. So I kind of wanted to read up to that point, because this votes part is actually another very, very bullish thing. We earlier today talked about how I think the current system is a little bit flawed. You guys know what system I'm talking about here, the voting system. I don't think representation is completely there just quite yet, and a lot of you guys seem to agree with me. However, this internet of value that Ripple has been building is not only going to change the way money flows, but it's also going to change the way that literally everything flows and works, which is actually a lot bigger than we sometimes see it. We know that Ripple has explained this is their first vertical, and then after these cross-border payments are going to get into different things, like we saw lending and things right now, but that this is something they're working on too, most likely, because again, they are the biggest guys working on internet of value. Maybe not biggest, but they're definitely working the hardest on it. That's pretty damn crazy, right? Then they think that they're doing something along those lines. I'm pretty damn excited about that. Like, voting? They're gonna make that a thing? Ripple? Our Ripple? Damn. Then I saw another old article coming from 2013. It's just fun trivia, sort of. 10 things you need to know about Ripple. Well, what are they? Kind of funny, right? This comes all the way back from 2013. Ripple is the name for both the digital currency and open payment network. By the way, open payment network, it's kind of fun. I also found some articles dating back from 2013 or 14, I don't remember, where they talked about Ripple going open source. It's fun that's so long ago already. 7 freaking years. Oh, it's still in beta at that point. The goal of the Ripple system, according to a website, is to enable people to break free of walled gardens of financial networks, i.e. credit cards, banks, PayPal, and other institutions that restrict access with fees, charges for currency exchanges, and processing delays. So this is literally a quote from their website, I'm assuming, because they mentioned PayPal here. That's actually fun, because we don't really often talk about Ripple kind of competing with PayPal in a certain degree, right? I mean, competing, maybe that's too big of a word, but trying to get rid of a PayPal system, that's not often what we talked about. According to his OpenCoin, I don't know how that sentence works, the company behind Ripple, this is interesting, the currency addresses the need to keep money flowing freely. A company blog post titled Ripple and the Purpose of Money gives a brief history of money and its transportability and points to the frustration of having banks and other institutions impede the transfer of funds with transaction fees and processing delays. From this perspective, reading literally this line, I'm like, what banks? The goal of Ripple, it says, is to build on the decentralized digital currency approach set by Bitcoin and do for money what the internet did for all other forms of information. And with that sense, literally by kind of saying they want to, or they see the friction in the banks right now, that's one part they said. And also, they want to do with money here what the internet did for all forms of information. They want to be literally the core of money. Reading all into that, I'm like, maybe some of these theories that people have been posting up of XRP as world reserve currency or Ripple being involved with that do make a little bit more sense than before. All right, at first, before today, I thought you guys are dumb. All right, I was like, these guys, they're talking nonsense. The guys over at Ripple could have never said that. I have yet to, by the way, find out what Chris Larson said about the situation, because I have not found that just quite yet, about what Chris Larson said about it. And even Gregory Kidd, is that a YouTuber or who is that? I don't even know. Or is that a Ripple employee actually? Gregory Kidd. I don't remember exactly who Gregory Kidd is, but it doesn't really matter too much for the purpose. In terms of price, I can't tell you at all, because I really don't know exactly how that would all fall along, because I'm even bamboozled that I got this far. All right, I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just saying there are more dots connected here than I thought. There is more of a chance that something like this is happening than I expected. At first, I did not believe it at all, but now reading into it, I'm like, yeah, there are a couple of ways in which this makes a little bit of sense. How would Ripple function like the internet? Well, David Schwartz has said, payment systems today are where email was in the early 80s. Every provider built their own system for their customers, and if people use different systems, they couldn't easily interact with each other. Ripple is designed to connect different payment systems together. Another very beautiful part to say, Ripple is going to be the center of it all. Let me see if I got another article open here, because, oh my days, I have a lot here. Look at this one right here. Ripple Labs joins NACHA Alliance, June 9th, 2014. As part of our ongoing effort to support and develop the Ripple protocol and ecosystem, Ripple Labs has joined NACHA Payments Innovation Alliance. And what this one shows us here, which was founded in 1974, Ripple is the most bottom layers, all right? This is today how it works. This is what it's going to go to, Ripple at bottom layers. What they're talking about here, the whole system does not work, I guess, flawlessly without Ripple. It's true, all right? At this point, there is messaging systems, there is other things but they're all done by parties like Ripple. Because, I mean, Bank of America, they're a top layer, all right? They can only do the top. They can't really move that much more down. There's always other companies for that, together with MoneyGram and things like that. Ripple, however, is definitely building the bottom parts, being the foundation of everything. However, I'm kind of wondering if there's even another layer lower, which is just like maybe like reserve sort of level. Because if we're talking about CBDCs, we saw Chris Larson earlier state, and I don't have that one open, that they are interested in working with CBDCs or even helping them to develop. Even Ripple just coming in and helping CBDCs develop in, for example, America. It's kind of too much actually now. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, Ripple can do voting, or at least they want to get into that to make sure voting goes well. Ripple can literally do anything else in terms of payments. They can store, or at least they want to be able to store everything. They want to make everything free, everything feasible, just possible, work frictionlessly, make everything transparent. I mean, look at the open source parts about everything. Just looking at all of that, I'm like, what? What is going on here? What is going on? And then also knowing they're right now at the foundation, but through some of these newer systems like the lending that they're building, they're also at more top layers. I'm like, what is Ripple doing here, guys? They're taking everything over. They're not leaving anything for the competition. The only thing I'm thinking about here is they were not going to become a bank, but guys like Bearable Bull, right? Some of you guys say he's a genius. Some of you guys say he's a complete moron. Again, I'm not going to take stances on things like that because I don't want to cause friction. Guys like him, though, say Ripple is going to become a bank and they don't care about the competition. Right now here, we can say that different systems, they couldn't really easily interact with each other, which is why Ripple is designed to connect everything. What if Ripple is in the midst of it all, being sort of a bank, but then also not be it? And again, I don't really agree with the view that Ripple is going to become a bank. I don't think they will, but I can see some picture in which it could work, which would mean Ripple would be a bank at a lower kind of level, like more how banks, like the central banks would work, you know? I mean, Ripple's not going to become a central bank either, but it would have more of a central bank level where it just arranges things. It's not really there where you can go with your own, you know, just individual ass to go grab some money or put it down. Even that they could theoretically speaking become, I don't see it happening, but it could. But more on a level like that where they just arrange everything that needs to be done. It could be. Is Ripple a competitor with Bitcoin? It's actually pretty damn fun. Ripple positions itself as a complement to, rather than a competitor with Bitcoin. We talked about that very often. Is Ripple like it? Yes, Bitcoin and Ripple XRP are very much alike in some ways. I mean, they also have a lot of articles explaining what the differences are between these crypto. I must have it open somewhere. Here we go. How XRP compares to Bitcoin and Ethereum, things like this. Global reach, governance, and settlement speed. Literally, you can see XRP ticks all boxes. Bitcoin lacks in settlement speed, of course, and I mean governance, definitely. Ethereum just lacks in governance, does have a little bit of settlement speed, and they all have global reach. Well, it's fun that they also talked about these things in 2016. However, right now, they've gone over from saying, you know, this makes XRP just a little bit better to complete full annihilation mode, where they're like, XRP is 61,000 times better than the others. Another cool part here, global reach. As independent digital assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP all enable global reach and accessibility with fast settlement. Unlike digital assets issued by financial institutions and central banks, global accessibility of independent digital assets is not limited for geopolitical or competitive reasons. You guys like that speed, or should we go slower? Moreover, because they're not backed by cash, they don't create liabilities as a bank-issued digital asset does. And I find that quite interesting why they noted this one. Like, why are they posting this in blue, right? Maybe you can see at the left bottom, LinkedIn posts case against Bankcoin Brad Garlinghouse. That's literally just the security type of issue that's been going around. I don't know if I can open LinkedIn though, or if it's going to show some personal info or something along those lines. I think I'm not logged into LinkedIn. I don't even use this computer for LinkedIn. So maybe I can press it, but I'm like, maybe it's going to show something that I don't want to. So I'm not going to press that right now. The point, however, because they're not backed by cash, they don't create liabilities as bank-issued digital asset does. You know, sometimes I'm also thinking, do they want to make sure that XRP is backed by something, either cash or something like gold? Or do they want to back something like gold with something like XRP? And what are the backing going to be looking like in a couple of years from now? Like, what is their plan? What do they want to do and all those things? I mean, at this point, it's all just so vague because there's no real road for it. But I'm still wondering exactly what they're planning with all of that. We know at least right now that they've gotten a lot more planned than we thought. And again, I have so much more to talk about here, so many more articles open. But I guess I'm going to leave that for a little bit later today because, well, we got some crazy stuff to talk about. But